just entered, there's a signpost that says Empowerment Zone ahead, and here you are. Welcome to Social Innovation Academy. My name is Gisitu Aloysius, taking you through what is all about SINA. We gather as youth, the orphans, the refugees, whoever feels like life is meaningless, life sucks. These are the people you find on the first day when they've just come here. But then when they live here, they live with their social businesses. Let's go and see what SINA does, and then you explore more of what it says about the SINA model and the culture. Yeah, actually, before we proceed anywhere, let's first sign here, because at the end they will ask us where are we coming from. So we need to know who is visiting us and where are we going, what are we going to do, and then let's first sign. At SINA, we believe in everything. Everything is possible. It is where you find that we get empowered in Uganda and we sleep in different countries. How it happens, we have our residential house here, and you see almost every room is a country of itself. Are you living in Spain, Netherlands, Sweden? You only presented here year 2016. We got a few individuals who proposed this empowerment model, and I want to take you through how it goes. Before, it used to be confusion, because we thought when people have just come, when they don't know anything, the word confusion would trigger something within themselves and try to get away from it. But we changed the word depending on the experience and then the outcomes of us using the word confusion. So we, at the end, ended up calling it Upright Social Innovation. Upright Social Innovation is a 3-month program. The core element in the Upright Social Innovation is about self-discovery. So it is a process of learning, unlearning, and relearning. We do challenges that try to bring out this. We do comfort zone challenges. We do weekly coordination in the organization, because on a daily basis we meet to discuss on many things. And then with scholars coming to coordinate the week, they understand themselves and they learn how to speak to people. At the end of the 3 months, we do an evaluation to determine those that are really showing the motivation and determination to continue as social entrepreneurs. Emerging is so much about personal and professional development.
In this stage, there is what we call holacracy. Holacracy is a system of self-organization that we use in SINA. People have roles and responsibilities which you take on within the community.
So the scholars taking up roles exposes them to challenges that at least when you come into a certain moment, you can approach it in this way. Remember, I told you in Upright Social Innovation that it is more about self-discovery. So once someone has discovered him or herself in line maybe of environment, then they come here and they take roles that are in line with the environment. So they try to align with what they discovered, their strength, and then put it in practice while serving the organization.
Concentration begins with a boot camp that lasts 1 week, and then you go into concentration stage for 1 month.
Here people team up and then they try to work together depending on their passions. They are encouraged to also to build prototypes, test, and then they go out, validate it, understand their customers, and then they do feedback with their mentors.
After the 1 month, projects that have shown intense progress and are able to attain 1 million of revenue because they are businesses, we are solving problems, but in terms of business, because we need to grow and scale.
So at the end, they go in linking. That usually takes around 3 months.
Linking stage is similar to concentration stage because you spend 90% of your time.
They come present, they give them feedback, they go and validate with the information they've received from panel pitching.
After linking stage, there is a new program that has come up. It's called the Acceleration Program. It's a 9-month program. You go through intense support to grow the business. In there are grants. But the other interesting thing is that you start facing costs. If you've been living here on a scholarship, you start paying for your food, elements of your food, of water, so that you can actually face the reality out there.
For networking, kind of professionalism, and also trying to help them organize to get away from the communities themselves and then transit, and they go outside. They do buy land in that stage, they do hire more employees, and then they do business as usual.
After 9 months, projects graduate out of SINA and into the mastery stage. So mastery stage, most of the projects within the mastery stage are actually outside of SINA. And they come back to mentor others and also to get some extra support where it is needed.
On a weekly basis, we usually have what we call unit time, where we come together as a whole community, where everyone brings themselves, how they feel. If people are feeling they are anxious about what's going on, then they come and express themselves here. We also define kind of behavior norms that bring us together, redefine, and then also establish new processes where we can work together as a team. So we have kind of stand-up meetings and have shared meetings where everyone comes around to share with one another how they feel and how work is going on. Also, SINA being a self-organized system, we have a decentralized management system, holacracy, that gives us authority and energy to serve our purposes through filling SINA roles, as I told you, how it starts with emerging. One thing when you come at SINA, you can't miss is the idea of environmental conservation. This is portrayed through our construction and our enterprises that have come out of SINA. One of the core elements and one of the icons at SINA is the construction using plastic bottles. We see them as bricks here at SINA. The world is seeing them as waste, but we want also to portray this picture, the outside world, that whatever we have around can serve our needs. So SINA has over 15 houses that have been built using plastic bottles.